HybridFoxKid, and welcome back to the Blocks SMP. With my base now under full construction, and with me getting the items I need for an expansion, I need to be out of my base for a while, so we're over in where the stronghold used to be, because we're finally going to do a stronghold build. So, as you can see around me, I've already dug out majority of the stronghold. The only problem is I'm not sure if this is big enough, but you know what, we'll go with it for now, and we'll expand it if need be. Same with going down as well. This is definitely not the depth it needs to be, but it's going to be easier building this whole thing with this being relatively high. So it's gonna stay like this for now, but it will probably be deeper later on. So I do have a very rough idea of what this build is going to be. The only problem is it's very intricate, and I haven't even really picked out a color palette for it, so I just have an idea, and I think I'm gonna run with it. So I think in today's episode, we're pretty much just gonna go, let's build this thing, let's see how it looks, do it bit by bit, and yeah, just see what it looks like at the end, because, yeah, to be fair, I think this is one of the builds I'm just going to have to wing it as I go, because, yeah, I don't really know what I'm doing, but you know what, we're gonna have to wait and see. The only real thing I have incorporated into this build is obviously the stronghold portal, and just over here we do have a pool of water. So with this pool of water, it's essentially there for people who don't have elytra and who need to get down from the nether portal, or if they're just loading too fast or loading too slow, if they magically run off, they'll land in a pool of water instead of going splat. So this is one of the main things I definitely need to keep, and I think I'm going to try and work around it. So with that being said, blue is definitely going to be incorporated into this build, and over here as well, we have a lot of dark teals and greens. So I think my best bet was maybe dark prismarine. So yeah, let's grab a whole bunch of this, and I think I'm just going to mark out where the water's going to go. I think it's going to go maybe one block out from here, and then circle the entire thing. So I'll get that done, and we'll see what it looks like at the end. So when I'm doing these kind of builds, I never know if I should tell what I'm doing right at the start, or if I should just go with it, and hope you can guess along the way. So I think I'm just going to go with, you'll guess it eventually. Maybe. We'll wait and see how long it takes for it to actually take shape. Okay, I can already say for certain that this area is way too small. I'm probably going to have to extend it this way a little bit further, but first, let's get this part sorted. So now all I need to do is add water into this area to make it splat-proof. There we go, so we have all the water in, and that makes me completely splat-proof. And with the half slabs, it allows a little bit easier access to the actual end, so it's not going to be a slow meander all the way there. And if you don't have depth strider, you have the side to walk onto as well. So I think the next step to this plan is expanding this side here. So a part of me was thinking on using regular stone, but I think I decided to change my mind to deep slate, and that's mainly because I haven't used it at all this season, because yeah, my base is very light. So if I have a chance to use deep slate, I will. So I packed a whole bunch with the cobbled variety, and I don't really think there's anything different I want to change about it. Yeah, I think I'll stick with the cobbled for now, and we'll see how it looks. So we'll go out 2, then maybe out another 2. I have a feeling this is gonna look bad, but you know what, I'm gonna try it anyways. Okay, so I've already ran into 2 problems. The first one being the deep slate that's naturally generated is clashing a little bit with that, which isn't gonna be a problem when I fully decorate the area, but it's just hard to see what's going on. The second one being is that this area is way too small. I did not dig it out enough, so you know what, I think I'm going to go dig out a little bit more, and yeah, I'll be back when, yeah, dug out. So it looks like it's more digging for me. Okay, so I'm back. I did a little bit of extra digging, and now I think it's at the length that I need it to be. So it's about 10 or so blocks extra out of this area here, and while I was at it, I also added this side as well. So now we have a duplicate mirror on each side. And at this point, you can probably guess what I'm trying to build. I'm trying to build a sword. It's looking good so far. It's finally taking a little bit of shape. But after I added this, I discovered a problem. If I were to just walk out of the portal, there's no more water. The water is way too far now to be able to, like, safely get down. So you know what I'm gonna do? Probably just gonna have, like, a little staircase out the back for anyone who doesn't have elytra or feather falling, so they can just come out and jump across and run into the portal. It's gonna be a very rare case, but I'll do it just in case. So with the base of the blade done, let's move to the back end of the sword and actually get the hilt done and see if I can work around all of this. So I'm hoping that this is as far as I'm gonna have to go out to the left and right, because I'm gonna have to dig out a lot if not, but we'll have to wait and see. Let's do one side and see how it looks, and yeah, let's see if I'm gonna have to dig out a little bit more. Pretty much this whole build is going to be trust the process, because at the moment it's very flat, yes, but it is going to be thickened out as we go, and we gotta remember that this here is the blade, so is it thick enough? I don't know. Let's get the other side done and see what it looks like. Okay, so I went ahead and mirrored the other side of this sword, and with this I also attached a blade to it. So you can definitely see it better than the side with actual chests on it, but the one problem is I don't know if this is too small for the size of the blade that this is. I don't know, I think I might have to just wait it out and see how it looks a little bit later on with everything else added. The problem with this build, it's absolutely hard to get a good vantage point of anything. I believe the roof is a tiny bit too low and there's skeletons everywhere, so I think along with digging out anything else, fair enough, I might actually have to increase the height of the roof as well, but that can come a little bit later. For now, we're building. But yeah, I think I might stick with that for now. It doesn't look half bad. Yeah, I think I'll build the actual hilt, which I believe is the name of the handle. We'll build out the hilt, we'll see how it looks before fully decorating it, and then we'll go with digging out the whole area around it. The sword comes first, the building comes second. So yeah, let's get the handle done, as well as the thing attached to the handle, and then maybe thickening out these areas too. So yeah, we'll wait and see. Okay, so I finished off the handle, but I'm not too sure how I feel about the crimson wood being there. I really want another color in this build, and no, I'm not going to use endstone. I don't like endstone. But yeah, I think this build is at a perfect size. I don't think I need to extend the walls anymore. So what I might do, since we have most of this area all sorted out and pretty much everything maybe put into place, I might go around, fully detail the area and see what it looks like at the end. Like add some decorations, add some detailing. We'll have to wait and see. Yeah, I'll be back in a sec and I'll do a little bit of work and see what I can get out of this. Just a little update, I've been working on this part over here, and I don't know why, but when I was previously building, I was thinking in a 2D space, totally forgetting that this is a 3D build. So I was working on the sword part here and this lower area here, and it made no sense why this was 3 blocks thick. It needed to be much thicker than that. So I did eventually get around to fixing it, and it looks much better now. So I've done that part, and I decided to add a little bit more crimson wood down the middle of the sword. I'm hoping that with adding these, it won't make this part of the sword stand out so much, so it'll blend a tiny bit better. So the only thing I really need to do now is mainly just the hilt part of the sword, which makes no sense of why it's sitting up there, because it's supposed to come from here. So yeah, it makes sense why this part of the build looked a little bit funky when I was originally building it. So I figured it out. I was thinking in a 2D plane instead of a 3D plane. But yes, I'll keep going with this and see how it looks like at the end. I have no idea why I thought this was a 2D object. So the handle is finished, and as you can see, I changed it from prismarine bricks down to deep slate, because I feel the prismarine bricks were just way too light, and I think I needed to really just hone in on the darker color scheme, because it looks really nice now. I really like it. And do not comment that the handle is much thinner than the blade itself. We don't need to acknowledge that. I saw it and I was like, oh, it looks really thin and measly, but you know what, it'll be fine. It's just a build. It's probably going to annoy me in a week and I'll change it. Doesn't matter. It's fine for now. So, there is one more thing I want to do with the sword, just before I fully finish it off the list, is I was really debating on putting around some deep slate lapis lazuli. Is it lazuli or lazuli? I don't know. Fancy blue stone. That's what I want to do. So I was sitting there thinking of maybe just edging around the corner here, because I feel having it sporadic and all over the blade might look a little bit busy, a little bit too busy. So I'll just edge it around and make it follow this pattern here, and we'll see what it looks like. Okay, so I placed in the 17 I have. Let's have a nosy of what it looks like. I like it. I think I really like that. Now, the only problem is I only have 17 blocks of it. I need to perimeter all of this area here. Granted, I am never one to shy away from an annoying block to farm, so yeah, it's time to go back into the mines. So, it took a little bit of time, but I think that deep slate lapis was definitely worth it. I think this was like 2 stacks in total, but yeah, I do really like the outcome of this. So I've completely lined the entirety of the sword, and it just pops out an extra little bit of detail and a tiny bit more color to this sword. So yeah, I do really like how this turns out. And as you can see, I've dug out and changed all of the walls to just plain old stone, because I need to get this surrounding area all sorted. So I don't really want to take much away from the sword, so all of this is going to stay pretty plain. But before I deal with the walls, I think I want to deal with the floor first, because this is still all the deep slate. So I think what I want to do is I want to do like pulsating magic coming from the center. So I think I'm going to have all different colors of glass: pink, magenta, purple, blue, and cyan, going from, I don't know, from one color to the other, or just having one primary color and having the others in there. We're going to have to wait and see. And I'm going to dig 2 more down further because turns out we're in a slime chunk. So I'm going to have to make this completely spawn proof without having to light everything up. So I think I'm going to do slabs just to make this area completely spawn proof. And so I can take out all the lights as well because I want the main focus to be the sword. All this other stuff is just to not make it so boring. So yes, I think I'm going to do the magic and yeah, we'll see how it looks. If worst comes to worst, I might have to tie in some sea lanterns into the magic, but we'll wait and see how that looks. But I think it might be better to show this off in a time-lapse form. I have no idea how this is going to turn out. I'm just going to go with it and hope it looks good. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. Time-lapse being done, the spawn proofing and the floors are all finished and relatively decorated to the degree I want it. I know you're probably thinking that the walls, the roof and all these other very blank areas look very, very blank. There's 2 main reasons for that. One being I didn't want to detract the eye away from the sword, and there's not really ways you can do it without making this area completely bland or just have a monotonous pattern. The second one being I've already spent a lot of time on this build. This was supposed to be a small build. I think it just got a little bit out of hand. It was supposed to be a build that took less than 4 hours. It did not take less than 4 hours. So yeah, I think I decided to cut it short and just make all of these really, really bland just to make it a bit easier and a bit faster to get through because yeah, I've been here for long enough and I've got plenty of other things that need to be done around the server and especially at my base, which to be honest, I've been neglecting for a while. But yeah, this is the end result of the sword and I gotta say, I do really like it. I really do like the lapis I added in. All of that grinding was worth it. I do kind of like it, but I think with that, I might leave this episode here, and in the next episode, we're going to be doing something very exciting. It's going to be the reveal of the mega secret project that I've been working on for way too long. It's finally done, I have it finished, and everything's been recorded. I just need to put it all together and show the reveal, and I think as well, with the reveal, I'm going to do a base expansion. Yeah, next episode is going to be absolutely massive with a lot of base progress because, yeah, I've been away from this game for a while. As you could probably tell, there's a big gap between uploads. Yeah, I kind of got distracted with Final Fantasy. It came out at the best time and the worst time. I lost like a month's worth of progress to that game, but that's beside the point. The game is finished now. I can focus on Minecraft again. So yes, expect Minecraft episodes to be out like usual, and hopefully I don't have any more big break. But honestly, we're just gonna have to wait and see if I can keep the pace of the previous set of episodes before my big break. But yes, I think with that, I'm gonna leave this episode here. And yeah, get ready for the next episode. If you guys like the video, give the video a thumbs up and maybe subscribe if you want to stick around. All good, I'll see you guys next time. See ya!